Thank you very much, Ken Workington. It's a battle of the Big Ten, a Michigan man and unfortunately an Ohio State Buckeye sitting immediately to my right. My friend Jason Settlemoir has done a great job as CEO and GM at the Meadowlands so far. Jason, was it your decision to come here, Jeff Garrell's decision, or did you have to twist his arm?
Well, he actually had to twist my arm a little. But no, it was a mutual decision that we had made together. Obviously, it was a tough decision personally to come here, although because of the family back home. Although we see each other on the weekends and things like that. Like one weekend they'll come down here, the next weekend I'll go back home. So we do get to see each other quite a bit still. But hopefully they'll get moved down here this summer. And because I didn't want to take the kids out of school at the beginning of November there after they had been in a partial year and move them to a new school district and things like that. So hopefully we'll get them moved down here this summer. But it was a tough decision for me personally because the family, with the wife and kids meaning so much to me, it was a little tough. But it's worked out well, and when Jeff and I think, are both happy of where we're at and where we're headed right now. And
your plate is certainly full because you still run Tioga and Vernon Downs as well. So by the time the family moves down here, you'll be going up there for the weekends, right?
Well, yeah, I'll be spending, obviously I still spend part of the time on the Tioga and Vernon racing part of it. And then when we close up here after Hambletonian Day, I'll be making an appearance quite a bit in upstate New York. So, the summer times were fast with Tioga and Vernon. It's going to get even faster with the Meadowlands involved.
Well, let's throw out some topics and just get your thoughts. And we start with handle so far in 2013. Frankly, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, it really has, Sam. I mean, the handle here has increased tremendously, 33% through last Saturday. Every card has been up over last year. As a matter of fact, we've had 13 $3 million nights, as my notes say here. And last year we only had 4, and that included the Hambletonian and the Meadowlands Pace. So we're off to a great start. This has been a great start and a pleasant surprise so far. So some of the changes that came along, and Darren came along as well, and he wanted to put the new pick 4 in and eliminate the pick 6, so that's been huge. California taking our signal, the increased guarantees, the post time move to 7:15, along with the people that Jeff had met from up in Canada, have helped out as well.
And one of the big reasons our handle's up, according to a lot of people's perspective anyhow, is the classified racing. Frankly, I was a doubter when we started, but it has worked out extremely well.
Really it has. I mean, Pete Koch in the race office has just done a phenomenal job over there putting these races together, as evidenced by our handle. And, so the customers have supported what we put on the track so far this year, and it's accomplished exactly what we wanted to accomplish, and that was to get rid of the overwhelming favorites and horses that people could just pitch out. And so you're not able to do that. There's one race in particular that I remember from January where there was 9 horses and they were all within 3 lengths of each other. And, we've had beaten favorite after beaten favorite. We've had several $100 horses this year here at the Meadowlands. Racing's just been tremendous, and tip of the hat to Pete Koch in the race office and the horsemen for supporting it.
In addition to the new Meadowlands Racetrack, you also operate Winners Bayonne, our OTW. We've seen an increase in business there as well.
Yeah, we certainly have. Darren came on as the director of racing. Valerie Harlan and Rachel Ryan and Robert Kowalski have really dug their heels in over there in Bayonne at Winners OTW. Has made some changes that have been impactful to the bottom line. I think we've finally turned the corner over there, and it's a lot to do with the customer service aspect and being paramount that I always talk about, that we always speak about. There's a lot of credit in a lot of different places, but I think we've finally turned the corner over there at Winners OTW. I'm proud of what we've seen thus far.
Now, last year when Jeff took over the track, you were here as a fan quite a few weekends during the summertime, so you got to see the operation a little bit. But now that you're involved on an up-close and personal basis, what's been the biggest surprise for you so far?
How big the place really is. I mean, it's amazing to me just how big this facility really is. I mean, when you look at it from that aspect, at the end of live racing, my feet hurt every single night. But because I try to get around to all the different floors and all the different levels and see the customers and see the employees. But seriously, the biggest surprise for me has been the growth that we've seen in the export, and the customers really responding to the classified racing. And it's all been cyclical, the changes we've made, and we've spoke about that, you and I, before, in and when people see these larger handles, then other people get involved in it, and it's just like I said, it's cyclical and it continues to grow. And I'm super proud of what we've been able to accomplish so far as a team.
I know you're a big goal guy. What are your short-term goals right away, like in the next month or two?
Well, as my good friend back home at the Delaware County Fair, Phil Terry, says, is to get more butts in the seats. So it's all about butts in the grandstand. I want to continue to increase the live handle overall. I want to do it from an on-track perspective, off-track perspective, and also the import as well. Continuing to learn everything I can here about the Meadowlands, and I say this, it's nice to work with an accomplished group of team here that has been in place for a long time, and continuing to learn all I can about the Meadowlands and here in northern New Jersey, and again, getting us from this grandstand over to the new facility.
How about long-term goals? Anything you see 2 or 3 years down the road that you're going to focus on?
Well, I kind of long-term goals is that, just like everybody else, like to see a casino here at some point. But the reality is we don't have one. So getting the new facility opened up successfully, I guess that's probably more of a short-term goal now than it is a long-term goal, because it's right around the corner, it seems like, and the days are flying by. But in all seriousness, my long-term goal, Sam, would be to continue our customer service initiatives, being more proactive than reactive on the customer service standpoints. You've heard me say it 100 times already. Customer service is paramount to what we do here, and customers vote with their feet. So continuing on with our customer service initiatives and increasing handle across the board would be some of my long-term goals.
And speaking of customers, the new building is going to be something else for our customers, our guests, and our fans. What a big job to get that open and move over there, but it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this new facility, I've had the opportunity to see it mostly from the ground up, just like I did at Tioga. But this is going to be spectacular. It's an $88 million facility, and really it's everything from A to Z, and it's going to be spectacular. And to be honest with you, I can't wait to get in the new building.
What has been the most fun for you since you came to the Meadowlands?
Well, really, Sam, it's living my dream. I mean, this has always been a dream of mine to run the Meadowlands. I've seen Mackerline here over many, many years, and kind of had looked up to him and said, that's what I want to do someday, is run the Meadowlands. I was at Tioga and Vernon, and whoever knew the cards were going to play out this way, right? And so really, I mean, the most fun that it is for me is getting to live my dream, and this really is accomplishing that. And Tioga and Vernon is obviously great, but it's always been I wanted to run the Meadowlands Racetrack, and to be able to fulfill that dream in the way that I got here has just been absolutely amazing. A guy from Ohio, and it's always been something I've always talked about and always wanted to do, and to be able to live those dreams is it's incredible, to be honest with you. I have to pinch myself sometimes.
I know how you feel, because I felt the same way the first night I walked off that elevator into Pegasus. I said, oh my goodness, this is larger than life. Have you broken the news yet to Ken Workington that you're going to call the Hambo this year?
No, but I planned on doing that immediately following the news after you broke it.
All right. Jason Settlemoir, thanks so much for joining us. Would you stick around and handicap a little bit tonight with us?
It would be
races?
My pleasure to go up against a Wolverine.
Okay, I like that. We're going to take a quick time out. Darren Zocali will join us to tee up tonight's action. We'll be right back on Racing from the Meadowlands. Stay tuned.